Okay, hey everybody. Today I'm gonna cook gumbo and show you how we do it. It's my first ever cooking video. I'm from Louisiana, so I love to cook gumbo, love the way it tastes, but my wife and I also like to save our calories for the chocolate afterwards, so this is actually a pretty low-cal, pretty healthy version of Louisiana gumbo. Okay, so here are all the ingredients laid out. Got some raw shrimp. We try to use as much organic as we can. A lot of this stuff comes from Trader Joe's. For herbs and spices, we've got oregano, thyme, cumin, turmeric, bay leaves, red pepper, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and the whole thing will go over rice. So in the prep phase, you want to dice your garlic, you want to dice your scallions, and you want to dice a red onion. I like to put all three of those things together in a bowl and set it aside. Those will be the first things to go in when we start cooking. In terms of the vegetables, normally you'd want an okra in a gumbo, but we like to replace that with a zucchini. Here you've got a green bell pepper. You can use red or yellow, and celery. The celery and the bell pepper are really a must for it to be a gumbo. Okay, set those aside. Juice half a lemon. Go ahead and prepare your shrimp ahead of time. I pop the tails off those and then season them with some Trader Joe's everyday seasoning. You can use salt and pepper here, whatever works. Okay, now that we've prepped everything, we can start cooking. Get a big pot and put it over medium heat. Now, here's the main trick. Get a cup of vegetable broth and heat it up and use that to cook your onions and garlic and scallions. Note that we are not using any oil or any butter and no dairy, and that really is the key to keeping this thing healthy. So get the celery and bell peppers going for a few minutes first, then bring the zucchini in for another 3 or 5 minutes. Once the vegetables are all kind of soft, start adding the spices and herbs. The cumin is critical. You can add a little more than this if you want. Prefer to have 2 actual bay leaves here, but we use some bay leaf powder. A little bit of turmeric. And once all that's in there, you should start getting a kind of a fragrant smell coming off the vegetables. Keep stirring and cooking. Go ahead and put some salt and pepper in. You're probably about a teaspoon of salt here. Some of it depends on whether your vegetable broth has salt in it. We have a low sodium vegetable broth, and so you want to add a little bit more salt. But if you've got salt in the vegetable broth, you want to be careful with that. Now here you can use anywhere from 3 to 5 cups of additional broth. If you want it to be kind of a soupy gumbo, go ahead and use the full 5 cups. You'll want to rinse the kidney beans, and then once everything's sort of returned to a boil after putting the broth in, then you can add the proteins. Then put in the lemon juice, put in some Worcestershire sauce, stir that up, get it back to a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer. You can let this cook all day long if you want. The longer the better. Go ahead and add your cayenne pepper to make it hot. Serve it over rice, and you are good to go.